Root. Breath. Heart. I invite you to give yourself some rooted yoga or stay in stillness for a couple minutes. The gift of online yoga is that it demands more responsibility from you. The curse of in-person classes is that people can get passive, waiting for the teacher. What if you learn to think of yoga more as a journey every time? Sometimes you're regimented because sometimes that is the correct medicine. And sometimes this journey may take you where you do not know how to go yet. Inhale, exhale, heart, several times. Follow the rhythm of your breath. Next time up, stay up. Half moons. Exhale to one side, inhale, center. Keep both hands up or lower the side you're bending towards. One more, each side. And return to center. Seated twists. Gentle. Enjoy them. If you're not enjoying it, you might have a habit of always going just a little bit too far. Legs out. Bounce them out. Gentle forward bends. Releasing the lower back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Now, chin. When I say a chakra, feel invited to explore any pose for that chakra. I'm doing cat-cow. My feet are coming up off the mat. So I let them at first. I even exaggerate it. There, I've just made something new up. feeling the urge to stay still. Releasing the lower back, shifting side to side. Now I feel lifting. I'm sensing that these legs want to reach higher. So I'm curious about whether I stick with one breath. No, stay down, drop a forearm, bend the knee, open to the side, down with the knee, up to the side. That feels valuable, so I'll repeat it a couple times. Three is enough. Back to center. Check in. Other side. When you find something, it's nice to explore it on both sides. But you don't have to be too precise. Your sides are different. So give both sides their say, and you may open a dialogue back and forth between your sides, exploring what to do. You start by repeating whatever you've just done, but with a little permission to change it up. This hip has more to release in it. So I'm slightly crossing it over the back leg. And I don't tell you exactly what to do because maybe you don't have more to release in this. And it would be more valuable for you to explore a different aspect of the chin poses. Return to center. Cat. And I feel the urge to sit back on my heels. Throat. Chin to chest. Inhale, open up. Exhale, chin to chest. And that drives me to throat chakra poses. So you can start in low cobra. I think I've been interested in plank lately. When I get into plank, I like to lean side to side. Explore the rotation of the shoulders. Move in front of the hands, a little further back. And then find some stillness. How can I make this easier? Deeper breaths. Get the energy through the hips up into the navel. push into the floor until the strength is coming from my scapula, from behind my heart. Gently lift my gaze to breathe. Ocean breath in the throat. Press the pads of my fingers. Play with the shoulder rotation to further get the lines through the shoulders into my back. When those lines meet behind your heart, your strength unifies into the core, pressing back through the heels a little, just subtly. Now I'm breathing in my core. Shoulders complaining, work on those lines through the scap, through to the back of the heart. Full hands again. Feeling the arch of my feet. How can this be easier? Going to your knees whenever you need to. Diagnosing yourself. What do you need to stay? And when you think about coming out, do it gracefully, slowly bringing motion. Bringing the knees down. Coming down to low cobra. Now breathe this fire in. However long you stay in a more challenging pose, you're building a certain kind of fire. You're drawing yourself deeper into your body. It's not over. Use it. Breathe it into your blood, into the blood that moves through your bones. Empowering the white blood cells to cleanse your body of all sickness with the fire you just nurtured. Now coming down low, lean gently to the side, bend one knee. You can rest your head on your arm, lift onto the fingertips of the bent knee side. And release that lower hip. Let it go. Doesn't need to do anything. Another breath. Other side. Another breath. Low cobra. And I want you to begin to be very aware of when a pose is serving you and when it's not, when it's just not doing much. There is a distinct difference when your body is being brought to life, you're releasing tension, you're drinking in, you're juicing. And when that's not happening, don't stay too long. There's no real benefit. Feeling down dog. Down dog placement's great. On your knees, hands and knees, shoulder distance, hip distance. Turn the toes under. Right here. Ta-da! There you go. Now I want you to stop right here. My heels aren't down. My arms are a little bent. My knees are a little bent. So what? It's great for you. Right here. You're not going to hurt yourself. And it's good for you. You're doing down dog. This is down dog. Don't go straight to perfecting it until you don't enjoy it. This is enjoyable. From your hands and knees, toes under, up. Now, only make adjustments that feel stronger. Find this pose by pumping the heels, leaning, resting the head on one bicep and then the other. Until you're deeper. Now pause. Yes, my knees could be straighter. Yes, my legs could be straighter. Yes, my shoulders could be wrapped more. But I'm not going to force it there. I'm going to find it in a way that's integrated. Relaxing my lower back, feeling the lines of energy meet around the area of my tailbone. Feeling that shoulder wrapping, uncramping any tension in the shoulders themselves. Yet again, you feel the fingertips all the way to behind your heart. And the same thing for the legs. Those legs are going to stay bent until you get energy through your hips and groin. The solution isn't to force the heels down. The solution is to lengthen the lines from the arch of the feet all the way through the hip into the navel. When you feel your legs meeting in the navel, straightening them will come more naturally. When you try to straighten them prematurely, you'll just create extra tension. And you won't enjoy it. Now, I'm kind of done with that for now. But I want to stay up. So I'm going to step wide. Wide angle, forward bend. Now, I really like this. I could hang out here for a long time. This is really fun and underutilized. Just watch leaning back. And now I'm just going to do these gentle bending left to right. But even right after I set the rhythm, I realized I might want to stay. Yep. So I'm going to walk a little further towards one side, straighten the other. Notice I just felt self-conscious about the top of my head losing hair. I almost never think about that. I almost never care. So now I'm sort of enjoying, maybe I'm going to keep going deeper on each side. This is walking towards a throat runner's pose, high lunge. I'm not perfecting it though. I'm just exploring the hip opening nature of it. And I'm really putting a priority on staying with kind of what I enjoy. Noticing I don't feel the urge to do any super difficult poses right now. But I do like getting that hamstring stretched even more, keeping the heel down and feeling the back of my leg. And getting that line of energy all the way through my leg to the navel. You notice if you draw a line from the arch of the foot all the way up, notice where the energy and your muscles are getting stuck. If you imagine that the line should be clear from your navel through the arch, it'll help you lengthen, distribute the effort. Now, I just finished saying I didn't want to do anything super difficult, but then I find this appealing. So really, how do they say, don't try this at home? Well, do if you want to. You can go see if you can get your head down towards the floor and just explore where the limit is. So you can put your butt further back and you're putting a lot of weight in your hands and you're being curious. Where's the limit? Now there is a place where you can get the head down. And that can be a really neat thing to embody. It's important to add, when you do a headstand with the arms back, so you're not wrapping the arms around your head, all the weight's going through the neck. It really requires good alignment, and I don't encourage you to force that until you really know how to feel the line of energy going from the crown to the heart. When you know how to feel that line with the wrapped arm headstand, then you can explore the arms back. And take a look. This headstand from rabbit, my arms can bear the weight significantly. My head is now off the ground. So my shoulders can do this. Then I rest the weight in and I could back off as soon as it feels tight on the neck. And what I'm doing is I'm feeling from my heart to my crown. And anytime it pinches in the neck, I adjust the angle to get that line through. Now, as soon as you have that, you can consider playing around more. But don't play around until you know how to align. Now, rabbit is always a good place to hang out. So whenever I do a headstand, you can be in rabbit. And after a headstand, you want to do these twists. Twisted rabbit. Threading the needle. Both sides. Headstands put a lot of tension on the neck, so the twisted rabbit is medicine for that. And so is rabbit. Gets the back of the neck. And lean into the tension and breathe through it. And when you're done, roll over on your back. Reclined pose with your knees up. Typically what we refer to as reclined pose. Then you open out. Melt down a little. Tuck those shoulder blades under by pushing your body up. You can kind of see how I'm moving if you need to take a look. And you're on the scapular bones and then tucking them down. So the back of your heart is really braced against the floor. And breathe. We're in sacral now. Consider bridge. Whenever we do these poses, do repetitions at first if you need to. It can be such a beautiful way to tune in. You know, going into a pose and then backing out gives you a lot of information about how you're aligned that you don't have to think about. You can just feel it. Sometimes if you go straight into a intermediate challenging pose, you bring poor alignment along for the ride. So if you back out through repetition, you might make a little adjustment to your toes, the alignment of your hips, and just find the natural way into the depth of the pose when you finally choose to stay. Now this feels good to me now. I'm going to stay up in bridge. Now I'm not going to change from my mind. I'm going to change from what feels with my breath. So as I breathe deeply, what's exposed? The sacral. So I bring in the shoulders more, brace it with the feet, make more of a bridge. Lower back. Rotate the hips a little bit out. Play with the hip rotation by opening and then closing the knees. Feel it, feel the lines until the bridge gets more stable. And you can come down, come back up, or stay down. I'm into some more stillness today. Staying in bridge, down dog, plank. You're not really still. You're making subtle changes. I notice my quads are working too hard. I ground my heels more. Notice my breath is tight. I lengthen the knees away from my navel. And I start to really slowly come down. Several breaths. And then be in reclined pose. Tuck that tail so the lower back is flush with the floor. Breathe into the lower back. There's no other way to get into this area energetically. It's so good for you. Tuck the tail, get that lower back flat. Then relax the navel, the sacral, hips, and breathe. And ask yourself what else you might need. I'm going to just do a gentle twist here. Easy twist. I find these simple twists, simple reclined twists, to be just very beneficial. You could make them deeper by wrapping the legs, but it's not necessary. And these twists, if you breathe into the lower hip, the one touching the floor, it creates space to lengthen the upper. Sometimes you need to focus on attention and breathe into it. And sometimes you need to focus away from the tension so you can allow it to release. Another breath. And shift to the other side. Do it slowly, one leg at a time. Notice the difference. I de-emphasize twisting the head and neck. Something you can do at the end, but just focus on navel down at first. Get those hips to open, then let the shoulders work. And you're letting go, moving towards the end of the practice. You want to find the right balance where you're going deep enough into a pose to really get ongoing benefit, such that you kind of don't want the pose to be over. Making every breath count. Another breath. And today, we're going to do Savasana. So I invite you to consider, if you're ready, if you need anything else, give it to yourself now. Aligning yourself in corpse pose. It's so morbid, right? But there's a beauty in this. The point is, what if you completely let go? So you're going to give yourself like a minute to make subtle adjustments. Some of them with your mind. You know how to align yourself, be parallel. Tuck the shoulder blades a little, open the hands. And then some with your breath. You just let your breath show you if you need to slightly change your heel, the placement of your calf. And then at a certain point, you're going to stop moving the body in its placement. Now, you're going to breathe into anything that you feel. You're still moving. I mean, you breathe, right? Yeah, there's subtle rhythms. But you're letting go of all effort. And you're not allowing yourself impulsive movements. And now it's just the rhythm of your breath. It exposes a tension in your toes or your fingers. So there's a subtle, just little twitch and release. Maybe it exposes a tension in your hip. So you breathe through it. Learning to release tension from within. Usually takes 3 to 5 minutes. If you've had a decent practice to feel the impulsive energy calm down in Savasana. Once your spirit and your body know that your mind isn't going to tell them to do anything, they rest into this corpse. You feel inside your body in a deeper way. You find an even more subtle layer of tension that dissolves more easily. And your body comes into deeper coherence with your spirit. Stay as long as you need. And when you leave this stillness, come out consciously, slowly, and carry this peace into the rest of your day.